Okay, for this first lesson, we are going to be learning about order of operation, which is when you have a math expression or equation that has multiple operations in it, then you have to know what order to do them in. So there could be a problem that has 1 plus 3 times 4 minus 7. We don't just start from left to right and say 1 plus 3 is 4, and then say 4 times 4 is 16, and then say 16 minus 7 is 9. That is not how we do it. What we have to do is follow an order of operation, and what that order of operation looks like is this. This is called GEMMA. There used to be something called PEMDAS, which kind of explains the same thing, but GEMMA is a little bit more simpler way to put it. So when you're talking about the G, it's called the groupings, or things in parentheses. So if you have 3 plus 1 times 2, and 3 plus 1 is in a group, you would have to do that first, because that's where the G comes in, grouping. So you would do 3 plus 1 is 4, and then you would say 4 times 2 is 8. The next step is called exponents, which we won't get into exponents in 4th grade, but that would be what you would do next. And then this is where it gets a little bit complicated just because it's an M. But the M is the third step here, and it stands for both multiplication and division. So if you have a problem that has multiple steps like 12 divided by 4 plus 7 times 2, you have a division problem, which is 12 divided by 4, and a multiplication problem in the same one. Now, since this M is third, multiplication and division are like equals. That you do the multiplication and division at the same time, but now you go left to right like you would in a normal problem. So since division comes first, you would say 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then multiplication comes next, because we're still on our multiplication step. 7 times 2 is 14. Now we would add them, because I have completed my multiplication and division from left to right. So now to solve the equation, we would say 3 plus 14 is 17. And our last step for the GEMMA process is the A, which is addition. And of course, just like, since it's our 4th step, just like the M was both multiplication and division, the A is actually both addition and subtraction. So again, let's say if we have this problem. So if we have this problem, we have 10 minus 2 times 4 plus 3. So if we follow our order of operations, we don't have anything in parentheses, we don't have any exponents, we do have multiplication. So we would do our multiplication first, which is 2 times 4, which is 8. So that means that we still have 10 minus 8 and plus 3. Now we don't have any more multiplication and division, so now we move on to our 4th step, which is addition and subtraction. Again, we have to go left to right if we have multiple addition and subtraction problems. So 10 minus 8 is first, which is 2, and then what's left is plus 3, so my answer is 5. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more longer problem, and we'll talk about the steps through it again. So again, order of operations, here is our problem. Okay, so here is our problem. We have 7 plus, and then we have in parentheses 3 minus 1, times 3, divided by 2, minus 5. So this one's kind of long, so kind of stay with me and see if you can do this. So again, we start here. Our groups. Do we have anything in groups, which means in parentheses? Well, here's parentheses, so that means we have to solve that first. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so that's gone. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now we don't have any more groups, so that means we move on to exponents, which again we don't have any exponents, and we probably won't be doing much of that in fourth grade anyway. So now we move on to multiplication and division, because remember the M stands for multiplication and division. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter. What matters is which one comes first. So let's start here. Here we have a plus. Now we have multiplication. Then we have division. So we have to do the multiplication first, which is 2 times 3, which is 2 times 3 is 6. So now we say 6 divided by 2. So what is 6 divided by 2? 6 divided by 2 is, if we get that away, now 3. So now what we have is 7 plus 3, because the 3 is way over there. So 7 plus 3 is 10. And so the only thing that we have left is now 10 minus 5. And 10 minus 5 is 5. So if we go back to that equation where it was 7 plus 3 minus 1 in parentheses times 3 divided by 2 minus 5, our final answer is 5. And later on in these units we'll work about what these numbers actually mean and things like that. But now we're just trying to get the order of operation and what order do you actually put things in. So now you have a sheet to do called order of operation strips. That has to do with this order operation, this gemma. So again, groups, exponents, multiplication and division is third, and addition and subtraction is fourth and final.